Quay, to one and all, besides Nanaya and Ed, this is the rest of the Church Without Walls. Hi, guys. John Weaver here. Diary of a Graver named John Weaver, which is me. On my video channel, I've got a lot of things concerning about politics I've talked about, but also my family history. Sometimes they're buried under the wind files. Sometimes I do have them labeled. I'm grateful that you're checking things out. And you're probably going to be seeing some weird stuff happening if you happen to see anything crawling around. I am just living through a bug war for about 2 years already. Trust me, it's that fun. Getting to what the Reverend was talking about today on the sermon, November 5th, 2025, for Wednesday, and it's 10:16 in the morning. And Reverend, you're still going on. You're still going on. I turned off the chat because they were, well, I was hearing about it and I was reading about it and what things were going on in their lives. And yeah, I feel for you guys. I really do. I pray for you guys. Pollyann and a few others have been telling us about their situations growing up and how hard it was. This is why I've been doing my videos, is because I talk about this thing a lot. I have to go over their personal stuff because mainly when I started my channel originally, it was about me emotional. It was about meeting my emotional needs. Going through a grieving process isn't easy. I've been going it since the age of 4 years old, but I'd never sought treatment, had medications for it, and not until I lost my mother back in 2013 did I really needed to get the help. Off and on, I would seek the therapy. And sometimes the doctors would suggest medications. I haven't taken any medications at all in my lifetime. I deal with emotional triggers, and for a long while, I've had them outside and had to fight them until I got home, and then I could just let loose. This is my safety area. With the bugs around, I don't know about that one though. Concerning about what I deal with here on a constant basis, I've been disabled with a head and neck injuries and psychological. I worked at Walmart for 5 years more. Got injured on the job. You try having a tire hitting you in the head. Yeah. Lower back, muscle strains. I still get headaches. Right back here. Stretching all the way from the ear all the way down to the back. Muscle pull. So yeah, I get it. I get the nightmares. I get the emotional traumas. But it has unleashed more than what I've been dealing with, including dealing with my mother's loss of life in 2013. Um, a surrogate mother of sorts in 2014. Big brother in 2018, but jump a year or two. 2016, 2017, lost a favorite dog. For her right now, she's been alive for about 20 years. We got her, young pup, 1 year old. Delivered a kid on Christmas Eve. Had to get rid of the kid after 6 weeks of weaning. And I've dealt with her ever since. Family dog, and she's getting there. She's an old fart. Old, blind, deaf, temperamental at times, very emotional, straining and draining me left and right. Because of the situations we had regarding the COVID, I hadn't been outside of my house. No, well, going out for the mail is one thing, but going on long distances, haven't done that except maybe once in a while going to the vet, taking care of her, taking care of myself with the doctors. Too many videos that I've done on my channel talking about that situation there. This is on an open. This is not under an unlisted. This is open. This is public. So while, Reverend, you're talking up a storm, talking to a lot of people about what's going on, and you're seeing what's happening with all of our lives. But for right now, I am just dealing with what I've got. Concerning about the EBT situation, as I said before, I've lived with EBT all my life. I wasn't a welfare guy either. Well, not a welfare king. No, 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 no. Ma was working when she could, taking care of two sons. One an elder, 8 years older than I was. God rest his soul. And Ma's in there too. So he was the firstborn. To a point where we had to take care of, besides us, we took care of family. Grandmother and Aunt May, before they passed away, for a few years. Ma had been on state for, she had to quit one job and do state, take care of both ladies 24/7. Not easy. And not easy taking care of and raising me at the same time. And my brother, he gets to be an older teenager, and then he gets to the age where he gets to go in the military. Not me. Age 4 years old, I had open heart surgery. Died 3 times, came back to life 3 times. Permanently disqualified from military. So you deal with that kind of situation. I deal with a lot of people who died on me. People I cared about and had to close things up left and right. Including dealing with my grandmother and my aunt. But I'll tell you one thing, as a young kid, I was afraid of God, but I was still praying to him anyway just to take care of my aunt. Well, a few minutes after my birthday ends, she passes away. And that hurt like hell. About a month or two later, moving from one place to another place, I lose my grandmother. Well, I lost her to a stroke, a long-term illness, about 3 or 4 years. Ma did 24/7 again. She couldn't work part-time, so she was still stuck on stud 8. We dealt with food stamps. We dealt with the stigma of going to the stores and filling out all those damn forms and waiting in line and having people getting pissed off at us because we were EBT. I had food tickets at an elementary, junior high, and senior high. But during senior high, we moved in an area where I could get close enough to the home, so I didn't have to use the food tickets. I just go off campus with a special pass, get food, come right back. That was okay. But after that, we lose our grandmother. It was hard. Ma had to go back to work to pay rent. Bounce from place to place to place. I know how that feels. Rental place, always. Never a permanent home. I got used to it. Hated it. Shortest term I spent at one time was about 6 to 8 months. Still living in boxes. Long term I spent in a rental was about 12 to 13 years. And you forget a lot of memories. That long. I know I had. I thought I was in a permanent place until the landlord decided, okay, he's going to sell the place to somebody else. We couldn't afford to do down payment. We didn't have the credit for it, so out we go. I'm in a situation right now where it's tenuous in this place. I dealt with management shifts, owner shifts, still going through it. Bugs out of control in this place. Not even funny. I live, I survive. I'm on EBT. I'm on Social Security. I'm not living the dream. I'm not living the max where I'm a welfare king. I'm the EBT prince. Oh, give me a frickin' break on that one. While we were using paper, we got ridiculed. When we get the cards, they're just like credit cards or just like ATM cards. You slide, punch, get your stuff. No embarrassment. I have said a few years back in some of my older videos about what a process was like in one particular county, and I can tell you stories about it. I'm not quite sure about the county I'm dealing with right now on the steps that they do because I do paperwork and I have to go through certifications and have to go to the doctors and stuff. I got medical records for it. But I've been screwed up into my head. I've been diagnosed. Diagnosed with PTSD because I went through a hell of a lot of crap in my life. I don't trust the medical establishment for one damn second. They're there to help me. Yes, I know. They're also there to kill me. That I do know. Seek therapy. I can. I go to Church Without Wall for my therapy sometimes as well. I need help. I get my stuff off my chest. I talk to a reverend. I do what is necessary to take care of me. And right now, I am trying to take care of a needy dog who is a pain in the butt at times at night. And during the daytime, even worse. I could feel sorry for myself. I could say, pity me, pity me. I'm saying, no, I'm dealing with the best I can right now as it is. I'm a prideful, arrogant, hubris guy who thinks I know better. Now it's getting cloudy outside out in the Antelope Valley, California. Where I live in is Roseman, California. I've done this to the Reverend many times. I've done this to a lot of people left and right. You guys on Church Without Walls, your turn. I used to do like a prayer opening thing like this with both hands. I just was supporting this dog here. This is the dog I want to throw at people. Here, Ma, let me throw you at you. I'm going to show you a dog at you. Did that to the Reverend many times. When I have an issue concerning about what he was talking about. Okay, dog. Okay, Doc, time to throw a dog at you. Here comes the mamas. Anyway. So, your guys' turn. Let's do the Google Maps, shall we? Or whatever map apps you're comfortable using. Okay? I do the Google. I am a Google. So I go to the Google. It automatically puts me right where my location is. It's automatic. I know a lot of people are crazy about their location being known to people. Damn door's right over here. Come on in. I got roaches for you. Seriously. So if you're going to be busting in, here I'll give you some roach traps as well. Enjoy them. Loaded and unloaded. Am I grossing you out yet? Good. Okay, boys and girls, I would like for you to put in your little search engine regarding your map app. Antelope Valley, California. You're going to see the wedge. I want you to get the shot wide, especially when you get to the wedge. Now, for those who are in California, you guys already know what the damn thing is, right? We're above LA. You know the wedge between Gabriel's. We got the Andreas out there. Not to mention the Gorlick. So you know what I'm talking about, right? Right by the 5 interchange. For those who don't, who are totally oblivious to it, what I'm talking about is location where I'm at and what Southern California looks like. So if you kind of put it into a direction where the wedge is on the center portion of your screen, up, you get to see Los Angeles, and you get to see Orange County, and then you get to see San Diego at the bottom. See the Salton Sea on the far right-hand side, desert expansion from the wedge, and the Pacific blue on the coastline. That's where you need to be, guys. Now, maneuver the wedge till I get center area, right? Got it? Okay. Let's go into the wedge, guys. Slowly but surely, because I want you to bring up LA, but it's coming up on the bottom. Do not center it. Just kind of leave it at the bottom. But I will ask for one thing, though. Maneuver the wedge shortly for a couple of seconds here until you see the San Fernando Valley, the little hole in the wall right above LA. That used to be home for 38 years until my family had to move out to the west. Actually, to the east. Go east, young man, go east. And we did. We couldn't find a place to rent. We couldn't find a place to live in San Fernando Valley because things were getting so screwed up out here. And that was roughly back in '05. We had somebody conned us into a place to live through, and we did. But they were going through financial difficulties, such as a bank foreclosure. Didn't even tell us about the damn shit until it happens. And we got kicked out into another place. We got bounced all over the Antelope Valley. So now let's go to the Wedge. You'll see Little Rock actually in Pearl Blossom on the bottom. You're going to see Palmdale next in Lancaster. But you're also going to see that sandy looking, blotch looking things. Almost right in the middle of it. Nearly at the end of it, the Wedge. Welcome to Rosamond and Edwards Air Force Base. Welcome to home, guys. I am not a federal employee, never had been. Tried to, but didn't qualify. I was never a vet, so I got screwed on that one. But the town of Rosamond is right next to it because this is military town. This is Trump territory. This is Kern County. This is where I threw up in. Down below is Democratic territory regarding Lancaster and Palmdale. Even though we do got a ego-driven maniac called a mayor for Lancaster. Rex Paris. Rex meaning king. King Paris. He doesn't like homeless people very much. Long stories, a lot of videos. Me and my home, a lot of videos, but I'm going to take you through it anyway. So right where you see Edward Air Force Base on the right-hand side, and you see that nice little hook of a sandy area. And then you see that other sandy pit on the west side of it. Squeezing right into Rosamond. Rosamond. That's my home. That little splotch right there is home sweet home, unfortunately. Videos I've been doing that one there as well, talking about things going on. And this is where I've been living at for the past 10 some change. I think since, what was it? Well, past no 03, actually. 13. Yeah, so basically it was 13. I've been out here in Rosamond since 2013, so current. 12 years, how about that one? The place I'm living in, I've been here since the 15th, 2015. So it's been about over a decade. But this is home, guys. This is where I live. This is things they're going through. Lancaster is just like any other kind of city that you have. So is Palmdale. LA, I used to grow up in. So back then I knew the system. I don't know the system now, but I knew the system back then. I just wanted to tell you, I wanted to show you something about my town, my life. You want to talk about the emotional triggers, guys? Now, I know if you may walk around some people or other places, you get the emotional trigger. You feel the build up already. You've already been triggered because something else started at that day. And it starts building up until you see something that does the initial cry at this point. Looking at the San Fernando Valley, the overhead of it, on the satellite view. I've already got the process already started inside of me. I've got a lot of tags on this on my screen. I've lived here for 38 years. I've been in a lot of places in LA and in the San Fernando Valley and surrounding communities. Rarely did I ever go to the Antelope Valley to live or visit. But here I am. But if I want to get homesick, I remember what the places used to be like a long time ago when I look at the valley picture. LA, a few places here and there I've been to. Been to Bell, drove through Compton, Lakewood. Anaheim, drove through that one as well. A little bit through Garden Grove. Been to Port Long Beach, Port Los Angeles. Driven past Rancho before it got torched. Been at LAX quite a few times in my life. Marina Del Rey, many times. Culver City, not that much, but been through it. Santa Monica, yeah. Malibu, definitely. Beverly Hills, driven through it a few times. Sucks. No good restaurants out there. At least not the cheap ones anyway. West Hollywood, yeah, been through that many times. Hollywood, Los Angeles. Yeah. And that would be the emails. And in my 59 years, seen, been through, experienced. It's home. I keep home inside my heart, but the thing is, I know things have changed so much, landscapes, places. I widen the shot. I look at Southern California. You know what I keep saying? Fires that burn through the hillsides and the mountainsides. Communities that used to be, no longer. They have to recover like crazy. Even the recent ones. I've seen how the San Fernando Valley throughout my lifetime looked like it was a ring of fire. One section at a time. 1 year at a time. Been through quakes. But this is my home. This is my home. Matters a great deal to me. You might as well say it's a comfort zone, but even in that, it still feels like it's not the place. Been through San Diego maybe a few times in my life, but I never really made it home. I've been up to San Francisco maybe once or twice in my lifetime. Even once after the '89 quake that we had up there. That was not fun. Seeing all that damn damage like 3 or 4 months afterwards, and they were still trying to clean things up. I wish I could tell you what the story was like of being on an EBT and other things. If you're looking to me if it was embarrassing as hell, I didn't care. I didn't know about it. I was getting fed. Kid going to school. Supposed to learn. Had to be fed. But I realized after you get out of high school, you have to work. You gotta learn. Just before they kicked me out for that last year of senior high, I'd worked part-time jobs to get the experience of how to deal with people on a job, how to deal with supervisors, how to deal with bosses and stuff. I had to learn what it was like to work with others. I'm a guy who's worked over 30, well plus 30 years. I worked in 2 jobs that damn near killed me. The last 2 jobs. So I'm home. I deal, I cope, I manage. And it's not easy dealing with grieving all the time. Never is. Grieving sucks. The pain is there, the memories are there, and the emotional reactions, they are ass at it sometimes. I'm not trying to be big or brave about the thing. It's like, I know how to deal with this thing. Look at me. No. Because when it hits me, I am pleading to God to forgive me for going through this. I am pleading to the Almighty to forgive me for going through this. And how much I miss my family. That'll be something that'll trigger me. And I go off and running. But this is how things are. It's alright, guys. We can feel this pain. We can be through this pain. It's no issue. It's only an issue because it is so close to us. It is so personal. And it hurts like hell. We miss them more than what we can feel, share, experience, even tell people. It's hard enough trying to type this stuff on there, let alone trying to talk about it to a therapist, or let alone put it out there on the internet. It ain't easy for me. It may look like it's easy, but believe me, I've been going through too many of these things. A lot of them are unlisted, and the rest of them are listed. I go through politics because I thought politics won't trigger me as much, right? Wrong. I just go on the opposite end of insanity. I just go thermonuclear. That's about it. But if I'm dealing with my own grieving issues, if I'm dealing with my own personal situations, when I'm realizing that other people are feeling it and I'm sharing their pain, yeah. I don't share about it to the internet. I don't. I don't share about anybody else's issues. I'm sharing about my own issues. I have the control over that. I have the say over it. People don't have the say over me. I have the say over me. They don't like it, on them. That's what I say. Want to say that again? Sounds like an engine, doesn't it? But this is what I say and this is what I do. Down below there's a fire pad, or a Bezos pad, if I call it. I'm seeing MSNBC talking about what happened yesterday and court decisions happening, and I got to keep on top of it to see what the hell's going on. Today, the Supreme Court was hearing about the tariff issues to see whether or not Trump's lost his mind or not. But mostly they're Trumplicans, so let's see what happens on that one, shall we? Meanwhile, I'll be back. Not today, but I'll be back on online again. I'll do Discord if I have to. But this is my story. I'm sticking to it. And Reverend Ed, Naya, we'll talk. Hopefully, eventually, before Christmas. Can we get a meeting going, please? Take care, guys.